Hey, what's up? Listen, we as a people need to boycott entertainment. Boycott these rappers and singers, these artists. They are taking white supremacy, destruction, debauchery, wickedness, and packaging it as black culture when it leads to nothing but destruction. They throwing a black face on it of some sellout person who sold their own soul for riches and gain and willing to sell your soul, be a puppet to lead you to the slaughter as a sheep. If you pay attention to everything that music, these songs are promoting, it is all destruction. It's all things that harm the soul, the mind, the body, a community, a family, right? They teaching promoting promiscuity, reckless breeding, the unaliving self and loved ones. They pushing depression, and sadness. They pushing a love of money, because a lot of people say that money is the root of all evil. That's not what the scripture says. That's not true. Money isn't the root of all evil. The love of money becomes the root of all evil, because you have people, because they love it, willing to do anything for it. The love of money is the root of all evil. They are pushing that to do anything by any means to get it, to worship material things, to make idols out of people and out of things, out of homes, out of cars, out of money itself, out of a lifestyle. um and all these things that they pushing and tell people to do leads to more destruction, right? Leads to more emptiness of oneself, leads to more losing of oneself, right? Scarring one's own soul through being promiscuous, selling drugs or doing drugs, right? What did Most Def just say? He said, people don't realize the dope game is cursed, and so is the dope. So they leading people to sell drugs to their own people, destroy their communities, do drugs, destroying themselves and their own families and communities. And if you ever listen to the testimonies of people who have been in the bondage of drug addiction, they will tell you nothing good came out of it. That they lost themselves, they had to heal from a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of PSTD and trauma that came from them doing it. The trauma and PTSD they put on others because of the actions they took, because they were under the stronghold of it, right? They promote all of this single motherhood, like that's something to brag about, or it's good, it's selfishness to do anything for money, right? They promote prostitution. And if you pay attention, why would most of these female rappers or singers be originally strippers? Why would they choose them to promote when you have women with actual talent, actual gift that they don't promote? Because those ones with the actual real talent have a voice, a message to share, right? Because it's their God-given gift to do so, and it isn't pushing debauchery and self-destruction, or a destructive path. Where if I take a stripper, someone who's already willing to degrade themselves for money because of the love of money. So if I take a stripper who already has minimal self-respect, willing to do anything for money, most likely if they strip long enough, they prostitute it, right? So they're willing to sell their body for money. How easy would it be for me to get them to get even more money without even having to give up their body, even though they still doing that too behind the scenes, without having to give up their body, if they just promote to your children to do all this wicked debaucherous stuff, right? So that's why they are taking strippers and making them your children's role model. That's why they are taking strippers and telling you you should want to be and look and act like them. Well, no, you shouldn't. Y'all destroying your bodies and your health with these BBLs, getting these surgeries, trying to look like these women. Men ain't even into it, right? Men are so over women at this point because they're angry at us. They have nothing to desire, nothing to respect. We give them nothing to respect, nothing to desire, nothing to build a family, have a wife that they can take pride in. Like, we don't offer any of that. And then we're wondering why men are so angry and over women. Anyway, just like I shouldn't be smoking cigarettes, it's unladylike, and I'm focused on being a lady, right? So I am going to quit smoking cigarettes. But anyway, so there's nothing ladylike about women anymore, because women have been lied to following this feminism bull crap. I can do the same thing a man can do. No, you can't. And they teaching the feminism, be your own boss, yet how are you being your own boss if what they're telling you to do still requires you to have to leech off a man, use a man, or sell your body to a man and stuff like that? That's not boss. But anyway, that's just, it's prostitution. Instead of you saying, I'm going to learn to be a lady, be a wife, be a mother, and have a husband that, right, he provides and takes care of me, protect me, I'm under his banner. But yet, I'm also a helpmeet to him, right? I create him an atmosphere of love, of peace, of calm at home. I help and aid him in his vision for us and the family, for himself and stuff. Give your children protection. Y'all having all these children out of wedlock, doing this reckless breeding. And then you wonder why the generation of kids coming up are so angry, so hurt, have no respect for anybody, on a self-destructive path. And it's because, why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? They're not receiving what they need because of all the selfishness of the adults that's in the picture, right? Who are only focused on. See, I'm about to get off subject talking about that. Let me get back to my point. In this music, they teaching young men to harm themselves. When I see other people when I see women, I'm seeing myself. When I see men, I'm seeing God. I'm seeing my head, right? And they've taught us to hate ourselves, because if you're seeing someone who looks just like you, if you're seeing another woman and what you have towards her is hatred, to do harm or violence towards her and stuff like that, that's a self-hate thing. What a lot of people don't realize, the majority of our relationship with other people is our relationship with ourselves being projected onto other people and playing out with them to a degree, right? So, like the men, you're being trained to not have love or respect for yourself, to not know who you are as a man and your position in this earth. So they're teaching you to look at yourself as an enemy, to harm yourself, right? This is one of the things I used to say, and it stands true, where in a lot of other cultures, a lot of them commit unaliving themselves, where in our culture, for the most part, we take a back road approach to unaliving ourselves by not technically doing it, but living a destructive lifestyle that will eventually bring us to a brick wall to where we're unalived, whether through overdose, whether through prison, or whether through someone who else taking our life and stuff like that, right? So that's normally how we unalive ourselves. We do ourselves in a very slow death that causes harm to many other people who look like us and in our community, because it's just a backwards route to the same end, basically. But anyway, so they're training and putting in our heads all of this stuff. Do you know how many people in our community have turned to alcoholics and drug addicts because of the music? And if you don't think that that's true, because a lot of people, when I, like on Facebook, when I post these different posts, the first thing they want to say to me is people should be raising their own children. That's not the point, because it's not just children that this is affecting. It's full-grown adults. It's full-grown adults who are being swayed and being manipulated and being socially engineered through entertainment, music, and society is being socially engineered to unalive itself, to bring destruction to itself through the music, the entertainment, and this celebrity idolization that y'all have. And it's not just children affected by it. It's full-grown adults that's affected by it. That's why you have full-grown men following trends of the time that media and entertainment is telling them to, in the same with women. It's not just children. How many grown men you know are wearing dreads right now? And it's because Lil Wayne created an era where men said, I'm a roll dreads. And if it's not just happening with fashion, right? If you're not just, it's not, if you're following the trends as a grown adult, and as we see our children do, of what celebs and all them tell us fashionably we should wear, right? These women are dressed half naked, showing everything because they see it on TV, because they see this singer or rapper doing it, right? Because they seen it on Instagram. Same with y'all men. A lot of y'all wanted to be rappers, basketball players, drug dealers, and all it is because society has promoted to you that that's what's desirable for a man to be and how a man should look and carry himself. And we're all falling victim to it. Everything's out of order. It's destroying us as a people. It's white supremacy because it's fulfilling their goal of destroying our communities, right? Through music. Music was something being used for black people to mobilize us, uplift us, and all of that, right? Higher, deeper consciousness. Well, they got a hold to it and said, we'll give you a bag. Rap violence, gang violence, drugs, trap house, disrespecting women, disrespecting yourself, promote self-hate, promote depression, promote murder, promote drugs, promote promiscuity, like they're promoting all of this. So part of it is white supremacy. The other part of it is just this is the kingdom of darkness. The world is the kingdom of darkness. We're in a spiritual battle. And Satan desires it for us, which is why you see a lot of these things aren't just affecting blacks, it's affecting whites and any other races or culture as well. Satan know how to get to each race on the way that he needs to and by whatever means. But they're using media and entertainment to do it to every race. That's the method in which Satan is using to further his cause and agenda and break down the structure of family. Because guess what it is? Family. The family. Once you break down a family unit, number one, that directly goes against what God created us for. So if he can get us to rebel against simple family, he got us on everything else already. Because that's the family unit nucleus is what created the structure, created the discipline, created the safety, created the love, the unity, a family structure. So he's broken that down in every culture, or at least trying to. But now, due to the fact that he's broken that down, it's strong families that create strong communities that create a strong nation. How strong do you think America is these days? How strong is the family? It can only be as strong as the family is. And they have robbed already in the black community, the family. We have to bring that back in. And if what we see and hear, our ear and eye gates, are what depicts our reality, right? That's what we feed into ourselves, so that's what's going to come out. What do you think is coming out of us other than what we're listening to through music and what we're watching as entertainment? It's having an effect on you. Your mental is not that strong that it's not having an effect on you. And we have to say no more. Boycott the entertainment and music industry, especially if you black. It's poison to us. It is to destroy us. And if you open your eyes and pay attention, line up with what the music all says, and then line up what you see, right, in our community, from the prison rate, the crime rate, the single parent household rate, the promiscuity, STD rate, the single parent house, the kids, and then you will see that this is poison, and it is a psychological weapon being used against us that we're feeding into, that they package our face on, that we're feeding into. I'm hoping that y'all listen, that y'all receive it, that y'all start feeding your minds something different. Boycott them and turn it off. Because guess what? If they can't make no money off us listening to it and doing it and all that, they're going to stop doing it. It won't be nothing in it for the artists to do because they're not going to get anywhere. And it won't be nothing in it for the execs that don't look like us, that is telling them to do it. It won't be nothing in it for them to. Let's bankrupt them. Let's bankrupt the music industry, the entertainment industry. Begin watching things that actually feed your spirit, man, life, and not death and destruction, not poison. And please monitor your children. Things done got so sick and weird that I can't be silent about it anymore. Especially y'all women. Oh my God. Oh my God. Me as a woman myself, I have to reach back and pull my sisters from out of this debauchery, this stupidity. Please, let's get back connected to our God, get back family structure, and say no to the poison.